baby. Braves fry the fish, 7-0. Shutout Kings are back. Grant Houdini Holmes, first 3 innings, stranded a runner at third base, but he needs to give Nick Allen and Michael Ayers some steak dinners. They were flashing the leather. Everybody was. Gold glove, gold flex everywhere in Miami today. 5 strikeouts, 5 walks for Grant and 5 hits. Not necessarily the recipe for success, but made the biggest of pitches when he had to, and that's all that matters. The 0 in the runs allowed column and still being able to get into the 6th inning was pretty impressive because the Miami Marlins were super aggressive. But Ronald Acuña Jr. is the La Bestia for a reason. He's just on a different planet than everyone else. Reached base 4 times, 3 runs scored, and the RBI double that was very, very clutch in the 5th inning to help give the pitching staff some cushion. Ronald Acuña Jr. is just insane in the best of ways, but getting us started on the right foot with the eagle-eye walk, and then Marcell Ozuna eating the fish like he normally does. A beautiful sliced RBI double down the line. Ronald Acuña Jr. turning on the afterburners and ignoring the Freddie Gonzalez stop sign, trusting his instincts. I'll give him 9.5 on the dish mount, and he was fine, thankfully. And then in the bottom of the 1st, leadoff walk to Xavier Edwards by Holmes, and then a beautiful, beautiful running, leaping catch at the wall by Money Mike. I thought Jesus Sanchez flipped the scoreboard. Money Mike said, sorry, not sorry. How about the 1st out? Absolutely incredible. And then another single by Otto Lopez. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Austin Riley couldn't pick it from Ronald. It was an amazing throw, but it was a hard pick. So 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Ramirez was the biggest victim in the biggest of situations by Holmes after he was the biggest villain last night with the 3-run blast. Struck out on 4 consecutive sliders, and then got Kyle Stowers to fly out to Money Mike to end that. And then in the 2nd, Grant gave up a double to Wagaman, although I think it was a single in error because Verdugo booted it, but that turned into 1st and 3rd, 1 out with Dane Myers, pretty speedy center fielder at the plate, and it was a ground ball up the middle, and nice communication by Nick Allen to get Ozzie out of the way because it looked like a possible collision, and he was able to pick it and turn it into a pretty easy pitcher's best friend twin killing and get out of that jam. Still don't know how. And then in the 3rd, he gave up a double to Jesus Sanchez, stolen base, and a nice catching impersonation by Riley on the errant throw by Drake Baldwin on the Jesus Sanchez stolen base attempt. Probably the worst throw I've seen Drake Baldwin have in his rookie season, but he was able to get a strikeout and a ground out to end that mess. And then in a 4th, gave up a leadoff walk and then got a double play. And then the Braves were able to tack on 2 in the 5th with a really good plate appearance by Nick Allen. An 8-pitch bat died a hero, broken bat single. That was after a really good at-bat by Money Mike. 7-pitch, 3-2 count. He did fly out, but he had some really good takes in there, so I think we're starting in the right direction with that, and got a lot of pitches on Perez, which was key because he was slicing and dicing after the 1st inning. And then Ronald Acuña Jr. doing Ronald Acuña Jr. things, bolt double. And then Austin Riley against the reliever Balker, a single up the middle on a away slider. That was really good pitch, but great piece of hitting, so 3-0. And then the biggest spot of bother Grant had all game long, bases loaded, 2 outs. He was able to strike out Ramirez on a nasty slider. A nice job by Grant Holmes to be able to hold on to it because Ramirez tipped it. A couple of walks and a single prior to that for Grant Holmes, but he was able to walk the tightrope. And then, unfortunately, a walk with 2 outs in the 6th. But De Los Santos was able to clean that up. Got all 3 batters he faced. And Dylan Lee, 1 2/3. Beautiful relief. I believe it was on 11 pitches, so that was great. Braves were able to tic-tac-toe add on in the 8th with a RBI ground out by Money Mike with the infield in. And then in the 9th, a cherry on top with a 3-run Jimmy Jack by Drake Rakes. I still don't know how he got to the slider and how much power he got, but I'm gonna love it no matter what. 3-run Jimmy Jack after Ronald reached base again. And just absolutely incredible stuff. What you're seeing from Drake Baldwin, what you're seeing from everybody. Everybody contributed in this one. As always, go Braves, champions forever. Peace up, A-Town down. Absolutely incredible. As always, go Braves, champions forever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps it a lot. Thanks, guys.